Things you can do to empower yourself. 5 reasons to do what you say you are going to do. First thing, integrity. For me, doing what I say I will do is a matter of integrity. I wouldn't feel good about myself if I didn't keep my word. My word means something to me. I do not take it lightly. If you are keeping your word, doesn't mean much to you. Second thing, trust and reliability. I do not trust people who don't keep their word. If someone lets me down a number of times, then I know they are not reliable. I find that this limits my desire to spend time with them, which is sometimes sad. But I have learned to accept that I cannot trust them to follow through on what they say they are going to do. Friendships and deeply connected relationships thrive on trust. Years ago, I had a webmaster who consistently said he would get something done by a certain time and often didn't. Of course, he is no longer my webmaster, while my current webmaster, who I adore, doesn't always get things done right on time. I can feel that it is not due to resistance or a fear of being controlled. He is a man of honor and tries his best to do what he says he will do. His caring and sense of integrity makes all the difference to me. Third, respect. I lose respect for people whose word doesn't mean anything to them. I end up feeling manipulated when someone says they are going to do something and then doesn't do it. Of course, I give them leeway at the beginning. There may be a good reason they didn't do what they said they were going to do. But if it happens over and over, I accept that I can't rely on them and my respect for them goes down. If you want to feel respected by others, then you need to say yes when you mean yes and no when you mean no, and not allow your fear of rejection or your fear of being controlled to get in the way of being a trustworthy person. Fourth, self worth. We cannot feel worthy when we let ourselves down by letting others down. People who renege on their word do not value themselves enough to act with integrity. Is resistance to being controlled really more important than your self worth? Are you kidding yourself that you can feel inwardly worthy when you don't keep your commitments? Self worth is the result of treating ourselves and others with caring and respect. The last and final thing is personal power. Personal power is the result of behaving in ways we value. I remember when I was a young man seeing the play A Man for All Seasons by Robert Bolt. This is the story of Sir Thomas More, who refused to endorse King Henry VIII's desire to divorce his wife.